Hi, I'm Katie Durham, and I'm giving a position statement about the book Sexual Offenses and Offenders on chapters 1 through 4. I'm going to give a quick summary on chapters 1 through 4. It's going to be practically an outline of 1 through 4, preceding that everybody has read the chapters of 1 through 4. But chapter 1 focuses on the description of sexual offenders and offenses. It goes on to details of what sexual acts or what counts as sexual acts. What counts as sexual acts is an act that receives contact, such as rape or molesting. Then there's non-contact, which is exposure of your genitals. You have viewing child porn, such as you view it, you own it, you sell it, child pornography, or trafficking or soliciting sexual acts. It also lets you know data about how many people are victimized, how many people don't report it, and what needs to be reported. And it's not very common that they are reported at all because they feel ashamed of themselves or they don't think anybody will do anything about it. Chapter 2 is on the history of sexual behavior. It has to do with different religious and cultural views. And the 20th century is when it started to become a major issue and a problem, and people started to actually report it more, and it became more of a crime to commit in the 20th century. It also deals with legislation, setting up like major calls for if you feel like you're going to be sexually abused as a child or an adult, such as stranger danger. But stranger danger only applies mostly to high-profile cases. It doesn't apply to minor cases, such as children. Most children are abused under their family or their friends. They're not so much abused by a stranger. Most children perceive strangers as monsters. Now, someone who hands out candy or ice cream or toys or someone who works at Walmart is not considered a stranger to them because they are being nice and considerate and they're giving them something they want. They don't ever realize that they are considered strangers. Okay, and chapter 3 starts with the different disorders of paraphilias and sexual disorders. It goes to talking about different theories such as psychodynamic theories, biological theories, feminist theories, attachment theories, behavioral and cognitive behavioral theories, psychosocial, routine activity theories, integrated theories, and empirical research. Chapter 4 has to do with the cycle of sexual offending. The cycle starts with emotions, feeling like you're lonely, you're sad, no one wants you in this world, you're worthless. It makes you feel actually depressed, or you have anxiety about issues and you don't know how to solve them through anything but a sexual act for some people. So then it goes on to grooming. Grooming is where the offender tries to manipulate the victim to where it feels comfortable around them, to where they somewhat comply with a sexual act, where it somewhat seems okay if they did do to them, whether they wanted it or not. Now, grooming normally goes along with children, normally not adults. If it does try to go along with the adults, it's normally because the offender or future offender is trying to get after the child, and they're trying to make you feel comfortable as an adult around their child. After that goes to planning. They follow you routinely. They try to make you feel better around them so they can be alone with your son or daughter or even you as an adult. And then they think of a place to do it and a time and where no one is around you. And then something like a trigger happens. A trigger to where they go home, they watch something on TV that makes them feel sad or depressed. They watch a movie, they're into their childhood, or makes them feel like maybe something bad happened to them, and it sets off a trigger or an emotional response, and then they go and they do the act. Now, my position statement will be on chapter 1. I agree that there are many different types of sexual acts, not alone just touching someone, or, raping them, just something terrible. Um, some people see it as some people deserve to be raped because a girl walks into a bar and she's wearing a little skirt and her stomach showing, and she's showing other body parts that probably don't need to be shown. But does that mean that she deserves that? No, she doesn't deserve that at all. She did not deserve it. Or just like a male does not deserve to be raped either, just because of the way he dresses either. It goes both ways. I also believe no contact. If you're a male and you're walking around and you're drunk and you're showing off your stuff, or just like a female, she's showing her boobs, or something like that, it needs to be considerate, taking care of that. Other people might not like that, and it might traumatize them because they're not used to seeing that sort of stuff. I also want to go along with that sexual reporting of child abuse, of sexual abuse of children. It is a terrible thing. More people need to report it. I have reported several, working at schools and daycares, I have reported several cases of sexual abuse of children. It is very sad to see children go through that and no one is there for them. No one will help them. No one will make them feel better or try to get them out of that situation. You can easily just call or tell someone else that will help you tell, to get it out there that that child should not be abused. It is not good for anybody to be abused, and cops and all the other sources need to let people know that it's okay to go report what happens to you. They will find out. They will make you feel good about it. They won't make you feel scared or ashamed or it's your fault for wearing that mini skirt. Just, there needs to be more done on people reporting because you feel terrible about yourself. Okay? And that's all I have to say about it. Thank you.